The RTX 3060 Ti is possibly one of the best value cards when it came out. It had decent specs, it performed well, it came with a good price, however, it was limited with only having 8 GB of VRAM like the RTX 3070. So, is it time for you to consider upgrading this card? Yeah, bro, that's what I want to know. I love this card, but I'm afraid that 8 GB VRAM might hold me back later on. Should I upgrade? Well, that's what we're here to find out, bro. We've got the RX 9060 XT 16 GB, which is the cheapest 16 GB GPU that you can get right now, and we're gonna try that in our games. And we'll see if this is a good upgrade option for you. And first game, boys, is CyberPunk 2077, and look at that one. The RTX 3060 Ti is just much slower compared to the RX 9060 XT. 27% better performance with our 9060 XT. There is a little bit of micro stuttering there, but the raw performance by itself favors the RX 9060 XT 16 GB. When we go to 1440p, boom, look at that one, bang. The lows just dropped with our RX 9060 XT. So even with upscalers in here, we've got DLSS on the 3060 Ti and FSR4 on the 9060 XT. The RTX 3060 Ti is definitely much better here at 1440p compared to our newer RX 9060 XT 16 GB. And one other thing that we have to note in here is power consumption. Our RX 9060 XT is only running at about 170 watts, while our RTX 3060 Ti is at 225 watts, so there's a bit of a difference there. Let's move on to our next game, Oblivion Remastered, and this is a pretty clear-cut win for the RX 9060 XT, boys. Look at that one. Look at how the RTX 3060 Ti is just suffering with those micro stutters in here. Yes, I know this game has a lot of stutters, but the RX 9060 XT is just much better. Average FPS definitely way better with our RX 9060 XT. Let's go to 1440p, and at 1440p, and we've got upscalers here for both of these cards, and the RX 9060 XT is still the winner here. 14% better average FPS and 18% better on the lows. Yes, we're still getting like really erratic performance there with the 3060 Ti. Look at the VRAM, 9 GB VRAM consumed with our RX 9060 XT, while the RTX 3060 Ti is actually pushing it. That's 7.3 GB of VRAM utilized, and we're using upscalers here. How much more if we are playing native? This would be a real stutter fest. Okay, let's move on to the games that actually require a lot of frame rates. And first game is Warzone. Oh yeah, the game that AMD usually dominates over the Nvidia cards at this price segment. And look at that one, 18% better with our RX 9060 XT, 30% better on the lows. Hey, look at this one too. Look at the power consumption. Our RX 9060 XT hasn't been maxed out on its GPU usage, and that's why it's running about 100 watts compared to our 3060 Ti. When we move on to the firing benchmark, boom, RX 9060 XT is still better here at 1080p, much better frame rates and definitely better lows, so much more stable compared to our RTX 3060 Ti. Let's move on to 1440p with upscalers, and here we go. The RX 9060 XT is still better compared to the RTX 3060 Ti on our running benchmark, and still better on the lows as well. Although the power consumption of the RX 9060 XT has now ramped up compared to when we were running the 1080p native gameplay. On the firing benchmark, it's the same, right? Still better with our RX 9060 XT compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. Still double-digit lead here compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. Well, I don't know, man. This game just favors AMD cards, so yeah, that's why you're winning. Well, what you'll find out is that throughout these multiplayer shooting games, the RX 9060 XT will win with a landslide. Oh, I see. And next game is Delta Force. Here we have 1080p, low settings, basically competitive settings at 1080p, and the RX 9060 XT is still better here. Look at that one. Much better frame rates and even better lows. 24% better lows compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. And on our firing benchmark, the RX 9060 XT is still better on the average FPS and the lows, although the 0.1% lows, there's a little bit of variance there. When we move on to 1440p with upscalers, the RX 9060 XT is still better, right? Still better, no questions. When we go to the firing benchmark, it's the same thing. right? Still better. 17% better in terms of average FPS and 6% better on the lows at 1440p with upscalers. And boys, before we proceed, if you like content like this, subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's move on to the next game. Next game is PUBG, and on our running benchmark, boys, the RX 9060 XT is still maintaining that double-digit lead over the RTX 3060 Ti. We're still getting the same power consumption here, 170 watts against 225 watts on the RTX 3060 Ti. Let's move on to the firing benchmark where it really matters. Boom, look at that one. We're getting much better average FPS and lows on the RX 9060 XT. Let's move up to 1440p. At 1440p, we're still maintaining really good lows with our RX 9060 XT compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. On our firing benchmark, it's the same thing. We're still getting slightly better frame rates on our RX 9060 XT, but the lows, it's definitely better with the 9060 XT compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. Let's move on to our hero shooters. And our first game is Apex Legends. We've got our heavy action scene in here, competitive settings at 1080p, and boom, look at that one, right? The RX 9060 XT is still the better card here compared to the RTX 3060 Ti, despite having only 300 FPS maximum frame rate in this game. On our static benchmark, the RTX 3060 Ti is better in the 0.1% lows, but for the other metrics, the RX 9060 XT dominates here. Let's go 1440p. And boom, 1440p, boys. Although the RX 9060 XT has a smaller bus width, it is still the winner here compared to the RTX 3060 Ti, which has 256 bus width. And even when we go to our static scenes, the RX 9060 XT is still the better card here compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. Okay, let's move on to Marvel Rivals. First up, 1080p, and boom, look at that one. Frame rates, 22% better. Lows, 18% better. This is a straight answer, boys. The RX 9060 XT, if you're just playing Marvel Rivals, is the answer. When we go to 1440p with upscalers, so FSR 4 on the RX 9060 XT and DLSS on the RTX 3060 Ti, the RX 9060 XT still maintains a slight lead over the RTX 3060 Ti. Yeah, slightly. 6% better on the frame rate setup, still has better lows. Okay, let's move on to our PvE games, and first up is Helldivers 2. And on Helldivers 2, on our Gatling benchmark, the RX 9060 XT is slightly better here compared to our 3060 Ti. When we move on to the Stratagem benchmark, boom, look at that one, right? Back to double-digit leads, boys. So the RX 9060 XT is definitely better here at 1080p medium. Let's move up the resolution once again to 1440p. And at 1440p on our Gatling benchmark, the lead of the RX 9060 XT is diminishing in here, but it's still leading. It still maintains that lead over 3060 Ti. When we move on to the Stratagem benchmark, it's the same thing. So the RX 9060 XT performs better on scenes which are a little bit busy and crowded compared to that RTX 3060 Ti. And on Path of Exile 2, boom, look at that one. The lead of the RX 9060 XT has now stopped. The RTX 3060 Ti is now winning here compared to the RX 9060 XT. And this is native, although we did use FSR and DLSS just for anti-aliasing in here. Huh. Suck on that one, bro. NVIDIA finally wins, man. Well, NVIDIA usually wins in this game anyway. AMD hasn't fixed this one. So yeah, this is like a clear-cut win for NVIDIA. A win is still a win, bro. A win is still a win. And in our 1440p resolution test, it's the same thing. The lead of the RTX 3060 Ti is now wider compared to the RX 9060 XT, which is expected because NVIDIA cards just do well in Path of Exile 2. Who knows when AMD will actually fix this one. So unlike our previous RTX 3070 test, the RTX 3060 Ti against the RX 9060 XT is actually much more weaker. And here we can see the RX 9060 XT 16GB has a more obvious lead over the 3060 Ti. at 1080p, the average FPS is 13% beta. 1% lows are about 11% betas, and 0.1% lows is about 6% beta. And if you take out Path of Exile 2 in this computation, because that's an outlier, the lead of the RX 9060 XT over the 3060 Ti stretches out to 16% in terms of average FPS, about 13% on the lows, and like 7% on the 0.1% lows. At 1440p, the RX 9060 XT is about 7% better in terms of the average FPS, about 8% in the lows, and about like 19% on the 0.1% lows. And if we do the same thing, we take out the Path of Exile 2 results from this because it's an outlier, it's going to bring up the lead of the RX 9060 XT. On the average frame rates, it will increase to about 10% beta compared to the RTX 3060 Ti, and on the lows, it's about 11% beta, and the 0.1% lows, it'll be 23% better compared to the RTX 3060 Ti. So the RTX 3060 Ti is still viable at this stage. Yes, you can play games, you can enjoy the games. The only limitation, like our RTX 3070, is the 8GB VRAM. That's the only thing. So if you're considering the RX 9060 XT, it is a viable option. There's a double-digit gain in there alongside some power efficiency. And mind you, when you go to a 16GB VRAM, it unlocks a few things as well. It ensures that you will be able to play upcoming games and not be limited by the VRAM. Because, as you know, 8GB VRAM is actually a problem now. Like for some single-player games, it will have some issues. And a lot of the YouTubers have actually brought this up. You will have some texture loading issues because you're constricted with 8GB of VRAM. And my recommendation is the same. If I had the RTX 3060 Ti, I would probably start looking at an RX 9060 XT 16GB or any other card with more VRAM. Buy that one. And then I would sell my RTX 3060 Ti while there is still a demand for this card. But what do you think?